Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Ah, that the breath of a rose would smell as sweet as the caress of your words upon my ears. Welcome to Elf-Centered. I've been asked to talk about romance and romantics in particular. Now, when people think of romantics, they often think of men as being romantics, usually. But it's a very gender-neutral term. Mary Shelley was a very well-known romantic. There are 4 adjectives that are often used to describe romantics. The helpless, and yes indeed, most romantics are indeed unable to prevent the thoughts, the dancing within their minds of the words and the feelings in trying to express their emotions. And it tends to be focused on romance, which is a relationship energy between 2 people. Hopeless. Most romantics have a very high ideal of people. And you know what they say about clay feet and pedestals and all of that. So most romantics do not have the hope of having the romantic ideals fulfilled. Doesn't slow us down, doesn't stop us, and we are willing to accept the faults and flaws. Just expect us to twist them around and make them wonderful things that we adore you for because rather than in spite of. Hapless. A lot of people do not know what the word hapless means. The word hapless means unfortunate, without luck, without hap. Romantics in this modern day and age are indeed unfortunate because with everything going on, it is a conflicting message, and much of romance is tossed up, ripped into pieces, and thrown away, or shot down as some kind of a... We'll get there. And finally, after the 3 H's, helpless, hopeless, and hapless, is incurable. I know of no romantics who desire a cure. Because as hopeless as it can be, being helpless and hapless, it's still a wonderful place to live. Welcome to 2014, the age of the hipsters, the bro culture, feminism. So many things are out there in our North American society that coax romance and romantics down a dark alleyway and then beat the living daylights out of them with chains and pipes and clubs and hunks of wood and brick. You can have romance and romantics. Yeah, this is the funny thing I don't get, in particular with the whole changes to society, is that romance is falling away, and yet it seems to be tied to what people want to remove. And it's not, but there was a place for it. Now they're changing things, which is wonderful. It's fantastic to see how things are changing, but the place is being pushed aside, and there is no need to. One of my favorites, random walk-by compliments, are now approached with suspicion. They are now, and I will agree, it is the action of many of the men who use this for their own purposes. And this is the trick, discovering the romantics versus those who have learned the little gimmicks and use them as gimmicks, not the ones who are truly those who feel this way. And yes, we know you don't read minds and you can't tell until, but trust me, they're not the same beast. It's much like an earlier video where I talked about real gentlemen and the veneer gentleman. There are very few real romantics left in the world and a whole lot of veneer romantics because they've been taught that these are the words to say and these are the things to do. Now the door is open, they can act like complete idiots. Trust me, romantics may seem to be foppish and soft and emotional and gentle, but when we catch somebody abusing that which we find so powerful, We're the ones taking the guy down the dark alleyway and having a little chat with him about how to properly behave and treat people. Romantics do not respect anyone the least or the lesser. They have a higher respect for people, if anything. Random walk-by compliments, to return to my point. Sorry, 90-degree turn, I didn't signal. I'll try to remember not to do that in the future. It's a compliment. Yes, I understand people have a difficult time taking compliments because we are our own worst critic and we're all bloody perfectionists. I'm too fat. I'm too thin. I'm too tall. I'm too short. I have too many freckles. I have a tiny little scar on the back of my neck that I'm sure everyone is looking at. If somebody sees in you something wonderful, maybe you're missing it. Do not say, oh, beautiful dress. Oh, this old thing. The proper and polite response to a compliment is, thank you. Merely that. You can think as you wish, but they are offering you something out of, generally, a real romantic is offering you something out of respect. You have made their world a little brighter, a little more wonderful, a little more incredible, something. And they are thanking you for it with the compliment. Now, I often hear, do not compliment me on my appearance. Compliment me on what I can do. First of all, I'm passing someone on the street. I have no clue what you can do. I do not know that you can sing. I do not know that you are the best legal assistant in your legal department. I do not know that you run a Fortune 500 company. I know nothing about you. Everyone, and they say men are more visual. More means that women are visual too. Everything is visual. You can be caught by the look in an eye, a smile, a laugh, a way of moving, a way of dressing. And these are all things that you actually do yourself. They are as much a success for you as your job, as the way you organize your kitchen, the way you decorate your living room, the way and before you go, oh, organize the kitchen, women belong in the kitchen? Yeah, so do men, so do children, so do dogs and cats. The kitchen is where there is food. Everyone belongs in the kitchen. So, accept the compliment for what it is. It is indeed something. Your hair. Do you not want me to believe you actually spend time on your appearance? That you have not evolved your personality because it's the way you've kind of wanted it to go? Do you not like yourself as a person? I am complimenting the person. Yeah, even if I am only complimenting the exterior of the person. Somebody gives me a gift and I look at it and go, wow, that is wrapped beautifully and with a pretty bow. I'm not allowed to say that. I'll get to what's in the gift in a bit. But I am going to enjoy the fact that there is a gift in my hands that someone took the time to make beautiful. And we are all beautiful creatures. It's a celebration. Romance is a celebration, a worship, a focus. It is the romantic loves love for love's sake. Doesn't mean they can't be in love for the right or the wrong reasons. Like anybody else out there, we just approach it a little differently. Do you believe in love at first sight? I do, because I fall in love, sometimes 6 or 8 times a day. It does not mean I'm going to chase them down and want to be beside them for, the rest of my entire life. I have literally hundreds of friends on Facebook. I love them all. And no, I'm not poly. I believe, like many romantics do, in a broader definition of the term. That there are different ways of love. There are different types of love. I love my friends. I love my family. I love people in general, except when they're being complete douche canoes. And even then, I still have that love there. It's an unfortunate thing. It kind of complicates stuff. And it's about love. It's about beauty and seeing it everywhere. A romantic sees beauty not just in the rose and the sunrise and the sunset, but in everything. The cast of shadows on a city street, the way somebody walks or holds themselves, everything. Romantics have a passion that this world and a lot of you people want to squish. Why are you doing that? Passion is an incredible energy, a wonderful creative thing. Why do you need to stomp and spit all over it? Really? Romantics understand beauty is not just an exterior thing. That the physical is the first thing that you see. But there is an inner beauty as well that often shines through, and romantics are very good at seeing that. There is the personal as well as the visual. Romantics like to express their soul, their heart, their thoughts in words. And this is in painting, in sculpture, in poetry. I have written some horrid poetry in my life, and maybe I might share some with you at some point. We'll see. I have a file folder. I am still torn between burning it and sharing it. And the jury's still out. Unfortunately, the voices in my head are an even number, and it's half and half right now, and we don't have a tiebreaker, and no one's abstaining. Romantics want to express their enjoyment, adoration, their thankfulness for the beauty in the world through often words, poetry, songs, lyrics. Romantics see beauty everywhere. Casanova, one of the great romantics, apparently not the most gorgeous looking boy in the class, is quoted, and I believe this fully, that a person's now he said woman, but I'm going to replace it with person, because gender doesn't matter. A person's conversation is at least as captivating as their body. Which means that the inside is as important as the outside. Your thoughts are every bit as beautiful as your smile and your eyes. A person's conversation is at least as captivating as their body. That means when a romantic is looking at you with that look, and you've probably seen it, whether you've recognized it or not, it is not just that they are drinking you in with their eyes, they are also doing so with their ears. Poetry and song used to be a part of courtship. There are a lot of parts of courtship that aren't parts of courtship. And I don't even know if what we do could properly be called courting anymore. Me, I court. I have started courtship many times, and I very quickly get the idea they don't get the signals, and so I go somewhere else because I'm not in the habit of expending my energy and time and effort for a zero return at all, or to be smacked down. I get the signs that, and again, I don't get a lot of subtle signs, but there are certain ones that I do indeed, sure as heck, see that the person is not interested in the courting. Then yeah, I'm somewhere else, because many romantics, we have a hard time not courting. We have a hard time not flirting. Flirting for us is harmless. It is not, I need to bed you. It is not, I must, be with you all the time. It is merely that we enjoy your company and the fun of it. Courtship and wooing, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I got the signal from some of the women I knew, I would woo your derrieres off. But doesn't seem to be a thing these days. Yes, coming into the attention of a romantic, the focus of that intention can be intense and intimidating. We try not to. We have been taught by this modern society to hold it back and repress it. And wow, North Americans are repressed. We really are. I'm one of them. Man, the repression is just fantastic. On all sorts of things. The bodies, on sex, on romance, on courtship. It's as people seem to be moving for some kind of sexual freedom, they seem to be repressing all sorts of other stuff. which is really sad. It is a powerful thing. And the repression and the denial of romance is, I think, and I'm still working on this, one of the reasons why so many people now seek the spotlight. So many people buy into the cult of personality. We've replaced the romantic focus on one with the spotlight of many. We have replaced the attention given a single recipient and the energy back and forth, which is so powerful, with the, you can't have high quality, so therefore let us give you high quantity. And it's not a replacement. It really isn't. It's offering a starving man a cookie. Here, have some empty calories with a mess of sugar. Which is why people keep chasing the spotlight and keep rushing into the cult of personality that happens so often, is because they're lacking that focus, that attention, that romance. Here's a challenge. Here's a double dog dare you. To everyone I know who watches this, who's in a relationship, who's in a couple or more. I got polyamorous friends. They're fantastic. I'm impressed because it's not for me, but wow. I've got heterosexual friends and homosexual friends and kind of asexual friends who can still be in relationships. If you are in a close relationship with somebody, stop watching this video, turn it the heck off, go to them, and show them how much you love them, how much you appreciate their place in your world, how much you adore the fact that they are there every day for you. Turn it off. Go. Hug. Kiss. Get hot and sweaty on the kitchen table. Write them a poem. Make them a mixtape. Go out and buy them a gift. Flowers, jewelry, some art, some fudge, a kitten. Something you know they love, because you know what they love. Besides you. Stop watching. Go do that wonderful thing for someone you love. And have yourself a fantastic and romantic day. Thanks for watching Elf Centered.